What's up, y'all? So today it's gonna be story time. All right, it's story time. I done decided that I want to share with you all another part of another story from my autobiography release. You can't judge a book by its cover. I thought about sharing this with you all today because over the last week I've been doing a lot of motivating, you know what I'm saying, as far as constantly reminding you all that you got to get out here and you got to make the best of the one life that you have. You know what I'm saying? We can't keep on making excuses. We can't let our shortcomings, our downfalls, our insecurities, our lack of belief in ourselves stop us from moving forward. We can't do that, and me reading these sections or these excerpts out of my book is a way for me to allow you all in, I guess, just a little bit deeper so that you all can see that, yeah, I am this person that comes on and say, you can do it, but I'm a regular person just like you. I'm a regular person just like you, okay, that deal with regular things just like you every day, who has dealt with regular things just like you every day. You know what I'm saying? And to help you all to realize or see that just because a person look one way on the outside, they don't have nothing to do with what could possibly be going on the inside. Okay? You don't know what somebody done been through. I always like to say that if you know how they say walk a mile in my shoes, I say all the time, yeah, okay, if I was to let somebody put my shoes on there, they would have been kicked them off. They'd have been kicked them off a long time ago, because a whole lot of the things that I have had to endure, they wouldn't have been able to put up with that. Okay, they wouldn't have been able to put up with it, but God did choose me to put up with it, I guess, and so I'm here. All right. So here we go. It's story time, y'all. It's story time. So this comes from chapter 14 in my book and is entitled Brown Skin. Brown skin. You know I love your brown skin. I can't tell where yours begins, and I can't tell where mine ends. I can't sing, y'all. Brown skin. Up against my brown skin. Need some every now and then. Where was India Ari when I was growing up? When she sang that song, she made a person feel like you were missing out on something if you didn't have brown skin. I like that song. The soft, slow, sultry way she described her thoughts about having brown skin made me smile. It was good. It usually made me think of myself. How I love my brown skin. The smooth, never having acne, even tone, dark caramel, evenly melanin, brown skin that God blessed me with. And how when there used to be a time when I didn't feel that way. Over the last maybe 5 or so, let me back it up. Over the last maybe 5 years or so, I've been in more frequent contact with quite a few family members and friends from my childhood. During some of those interactions, as we would reminisce, I found myself sharing the fact that I was very insecure when we were growing up. I talked about how I never thought of myself as nice looking or pretty. I knew I had a nice shape, but I didn't think that I was an attractive girl. So I practically spent my entire childhood constantly in a place where I felt like I had to keep up appearances. That shit is draining. Can you imagine what it's like to be a child, a little girl, someone's daughter and realize that if they could have chosen a child that they wanted, they would not have chosen you. You live your life in constant thoughts of unworthiness. You're sad. You feel like you've already lost. Your dark skin, average length hair, and your buck teeth have branded you as unattractive. So I found myself often thinking about my mother's treatment towards me. She didn't like me. So in turn, I didn't like me. If I were to be totally honest, there was a time when I didn't really like much of anything about myself. When I think back on it, it's crazy to me because no matter who I was talking to, they will all say the same thing. They say things like, Keita, you were never insecure. They will go on to tell whoever was standing there with us that all the boys like Keita. She could dance. She always had a nice shape. And she had that big butt. Girl, whatever. You were never insecure. That was pretty much the narrative each time I would mention it. It was as if I had been living in my own private bubble of insecurity because they all seemed to have been totally oblivious to the issues, pressures that I was dealing with. I guess you could say that I did a good job of hiding it. I always came off as real confident, like I had it all together. Wow, that's crazy. Because I did not. I suppose on some level, I always felt like no one really needed to know. What were they going to do about it? Nothing. They were my insecurities. So I always behaved confident. I would put on a happy face and go play the role that everyone expected me to play. This went on my entire childhood, clear into my 20s. So let me take you back to a time when Rick James made the song Brick House. A time when we used to play jump rope for hours in front of the house. Yeah, way back then. We used to have so much fun playing lemon and lime. Man, we had fun. Well, I can recall a time back when I was around 8 or 9 years old, and I remember hearing grown men say, she gonna be a brick house when she grows up. And for years, I had no idea what they meant. I didn't know that brick house was referencing to a woman or a girl having a nice shape. And at the time, I didn't really realize that people thought I had this noticeably nice shape. I was a kid. I didn't know to pay all of that any attention. My body was just my body, especially since I was living in a house with a mother who told me differently. No one thing, now, one thing that I did realize early on was that I knew how to dress. I always been able to put them clothes on. I guess that's something that I inherited from my father. I was always told he could dress. I've been told he used to iron his underwear. LOL. I ain't never been one to iron my panties, but I'm telling you, I know how to put them clothes on. I'm just saying, LOL. So my insecurities were never focused on my clothes or anything like that because I knew how to dress. My insecurities ran deeper. It was a little more like despising who I was. If I'm being honest, this is how I felt. I was not pleased. When I looked in the mirror, I never liked the girl who was looking back at me. My thoughts always went to, she don't like me, and I don't like me either. And it seemed like there was nothing that would ever be that I would ever be able to do to make her feel differently. But I always found myself trying. I always made sure that I looked cute. I always felt like I was choosing clothes that complimented my shape. but I still wouldn't be totally satisfied with the end result because, again, my insecurities ran deeper than the clothes that I would put on to mask how I was really feeling, which was ugly. Even once I realized that I had a nice shape, I still didn't think that I was nice looking. I didn't like my forehead, my hair, my teeth, my complexion, my brown skin. I thought that I was too black, and I hated it. By the time I had reached 13 or 14 years old, I was at the height of my insecurity in regards to my complexion. I recall being fixated on the thought of having lighter skin, perspective of what constituted pretty and what was not. Nothing about me was attractive as far as she was concerned, and she always made sure she reminded me of that. So I decided to do something about it. I was going to bleach my skin. Yeah, I know. It sounds crazy. Bleach my skin. And that's exactly what I did. Tried to bleach my skin. So that's it. If you want to hear the rest of that chapter, if you want to hear the rest of Brown Skin, order your copy of Release. You Can't Judge a Book by its cover by none other than me, Takita Bell. It's available on Amazon. I'm going to have a link drop down in the bottom of the comments, okay? Make sure you order. And once you read the book, I'm asking for all of you to make sure you leave a review. Leave a review. Leave me some comments or something like that so we can let others know what you think about Release. You Can't Judge a Book by its cover. So that's it for story time. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, this is just me sharing with you all, again, the fact that everybody has some form of insecurity or has had some form of insecurity, okay? No matter if they admit it or not, okay? No matter if they look like a person to you who has had an insecurity. Everybody got some sort of insecurity. Please do believe it, okay? Because I had them. Okay, I had them, a ton of them. I had a ton of them, okay? So, and I'm here to tell you that there is life after insecurity, all right? There is life after insecurity. It does get better, all right? As always, if you are not subscribed to Miss TBTV, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you press that little notification bell so you can get my videos whenever I drop one. Make sure you share and make sure you like. I like to wish you all a safe day, a blessed day, and safe travels. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.